your house, house, house. In your house, 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 house. In your house, house, house. In your house, house. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We is them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Poppers in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Con Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, and guys, it is Sunday, and we are finally out of January. It was the longest month ever. All right, I felt like when we got to the end of January, it was the 8th week of January, January 57th to be exact, and it's finally over.
You were fired.
Yes, you are fired, January. Done. I'm done, tired of looking at you. We move now on to February as we inch closer to March. And if you are a regular in your house listener, you know what's coming up in March. That is, of course, the Squared Circle Expo. And we're going to talk a lot more about that at the end of this show on the back end. So stick with us. Stay tuned because we got some surprises that we're going to announce as far as In Your House, Emerge Wrestling, and the Squared Circle Expo. And hey, speaking of Emerge Wrestling, I made my return. I was there in Columbus last night for Emerge 94 Cold Blooded. I'll talk about that. We got some SmackDown to talk about, but before we get to all that and more, I got to do my due diligence and bring in and on my squad who join me each and every week here at In Your House. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring on my guy, my dude, my brother, producer of the show on Wednesdays. He's the educator of Extreme, but every day he's the voice, Josh Joseph. What is up, brother, man?
How goes it, house? How goes it, household? How are you doing? If you're in a cave and you're a goblin of chaos, we love you and we're glad you found a way to, pipe us into your cave. So, fans, Expo is coming up, Squared Circle to be exact. A lot of things going to be happening. The voice is going to be on patrol out there. So if you got some shit to say to me, maybe you want to pop me in the mouth, come and do it at the Squared Circle Expo. Do it. I'll be there. So it'll be fun.
Oh man, I am excited for that event. We're going to be there both nights, putting on some great events. We're going to talk about it, voice, once again on the back end of this episode. But listen, I got to tell you, because one thing here about In Your House is that we love us some wrestling. And we love wrestling so much that sometimes we mirror wrestling. You got guys like Roman Reigns and Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. All these guys, the Tongans, all of them. And we talk about nepotism. Nepotism has invaded In Your House.
It has.
But seriously, we have the cousin of Hypocrisy Jones, but in his own right, he has really come on here and really helped out the team, man. I had a vision for 2026, voice. I had a vision for 2026, and that was to get our social media accounts jumping, get our digital footprint higher in order to have in your house to be and continue to grow as a go-to place people come to
What?
for great wrestling conversations,
What?
memes,
What?
thought pieces,
What?
any and everything professional wrestling.
What?
And I think that we found it because this young man has come on and really uh, put a lot of Jalta energy into our social media. And that is our social media manager here, Bryce York. What is up, brother man?
Hey man, I appreciate the shout. I mean, I'm just a part of a team, so like I don't want to take all the glory of anything. Like I'm just trying to do my part to help grow, and I'm just trying to be in your house.
Hey man, I love it, man. We're happy to have you in the house, man. But now we got to put you on the hot seat, man, because you asked for this. You've been killing it as social media manager, man. I'm appreciating the work and thought pieces and everything. But now you're playing with the big boys, dog. Because we watch and talk some wrestling. Ooh, hamburgers, because we watch and talk some wrestling at a very high level, bro. So are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. I love to just to be able to hang out with you guys officially. I mean, being in the chat is one thing, but
Yeah.
getting to really bounce thoughts back and forth it's a whole nother thing. So it's a new beast for me. I've been a part of one podcast ever.
Sure.
But it's
What
something
was
that
the
I've
podcast on? I'm
aspired to
curious.
do a little bit. So I'm glad to break in with you guys. So
Yeah. What was that podcast about that you did? I'm just curious.
I did a podcast here in town. It was the Kokomo Press.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Talked
know about it.
basketball. It was during the Pacers playoff run, so I got to
Yeah.
talk a lot of sports. It's another avenue I'm really into, other than professional wrestling and stuff too. So
Sure. So you also have a sports background, don't you?
yeah, a little bit of coaching basketball.
Let us know. Yeah.
Yeah, so been around the game. Tennis too. So I'm
Okay.
diverse, really diverse with this stuff.
Right on, man. Right on, man. I can appreciate that perspective. And man, I gotta ask, just because like I'm not trying to put you on the spot like that or anything like that, but like to me, I know, it's respectfully, black don't crack and sometimes melanin prevents aging, but you look like a young cat to me, man. Like, how old are you, man?
I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. I was born,
30. Okay.
yeah, September
That's a
the
pup, bro. He's
11th,
a pup.
1995, bro.
Okay, okay, 30 years old. He's a
95.
pup. He's a pup, man. I like it. I dig that. We need that perspective, voice. We need that young
Oh,
perspective
Hype
for sure.
Jones in the
We
chat.
do.
My
Look
man,
at that.
hype, my brother, my
The
dog. He's up in
Jones
the chat.
bloodline
Yes, man.
has invaded.
Acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Acknowledge them.
Right. Let me acknowledge the Jones bloodline. There you go, Jones. All for you, buddy.
My dog's in the chat right now. But listen, all right, guys. I'm happy. I'm joyous today, bro. We got the Super Bowl tonight, and it don't matter for me personally, bro. You always want your team in the fight. But there's just something about the Super Bowl that is just like a big spectacle. So I'm gonna kick it. My wife's team is in there. She's a Patriots fan. A big old Patriots fan. Have been forever.
Boo.
I know.
Boo.
Listen. All right, guys. I need you guys to hear me, okay? Because I told everybody at Emerge last night that I'm going for the Patriots, and I gave them the same answer why. And the answer why is I need a happy wife tonight so I can get that bang 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 ching, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like,
That,
help
that
a
ain't
brother out here.
that ain't PG, bro.
Yeah, man.
I don't
We're
even
trying to
think
keep
that's
a big fan base, and you're just cutting half
I
of them
don't even
off
think
there.
that's PG.
Ain't PG, bro.
Man,
Oh man.
you know what's crazy? That the diverse football teams that we all enjoy in
Yeah.
your house. And then when we get into the wives, the moment that you told me your wife was a Patriots fan, it fucking discombobulated my brain because out of all the NFL teams, that would be the last one I would have picked.
Hey, bro, Listen, think about it for me. You guys aren't even thinking about my suffering. She's a Patriots fan. So now I gotta tell people my wife's a Patriots fan. Then they come for me.
Yeah, I can
it's
understand that
it's awful. But I
because
gotta
you
deal with
chose her, man.
I did, I chose her, bro. I
So
chose her, bro. That's
that's
on
on
me.
you,
That's
Yeah,
on me,
dude.
bro.
If they lose tonight, can you do us one favor and can you
Okay.
just turn to her and go, if they would have had Belichick and Brady, they probably would have won.
It would have been a different ball game.
It would have
Oh,
been something totally different.
oh my gosh. All right, all right. So I brought that up because everybody was talking about the Super Bowl last night, and where I was at last night was once again Emerge '94, cold blooded there in Columbus, Indiana. It was a great show, man. A lot of awesome things happened. And just got a chance to talk to a lot of great talent. The matches were good as they always are at Emerge Wrestling, and there's not a lot of places in this part of Indiana you can go to where you can see locally for cheap prices talent that's worked with AEW, talent that's worked with NXT at times, talent that's worked with TNA, talent that's worked with Ring of Honor. This is a place where you can see those guys that you see on Ring of Honor, a weekly part, part of their tape show, or Collision. You could you could see on Collision, TNA Impact, people that are on TNA Impact, NWA Power. You can catch them close up at Emerge Wrestling. And I just think that's awesome to be able to be in a locker room with these cats, work with these cats that I get a chance to. Man, I went out last night and I was out there with the Emerge World Heavyweight Champion Paragon. And he went up against Lord Crew, who Lord Crew has done a lot of work with the NWA. And man, we just let it flow out there, bro. I really do think that we had a great vibe last night when I was out there ringside. The match was great. And it's like I told you before we went on the air, voice. It still blows my mind that you'll have people that work at the caliber of NWA, AEW stuff, and then they'll come to me and say, "Hey, House, what'd you think of my match?"
Yeah,
Like, bro,
that's incredible.
you asking me?
Yeah,
You're asking me, like, you're on TV every week and you're asking me? Like, I just think that's crazy. Lord Crew asked me how everything looked. I was like, bro, it was you. You're awesome. You're dope. But the story was fire, man. And now we're transitioning and telling a different story where I'm getting more back in my element. And this is like, I know some people will come on podcasts and stuff like that and be like, oh, I got to be in character and stuff. Like, no, I enjoy the fact that I can come on here and be like, hey, last night I turned heel the way we did it, bro, you just have to see. Yep, the Con Man is back. Con Man is back, and you just have to see how we did it because how we did it was just so well nuanced that I enjoy it. I'll let you guys see the story unfold. I don't want to be one of those guys that's like telling you what's gonna happen. I want you to follow the roadmap for what me, Paragon, and Big Chris Moore is doing. My insurance policy, Big Chris Moore. So let's just let that story. We'll let it ride out as it goes. But just real good feeling to be back in that mixed voice, to be able to go there and be creative with people who create on high levels, kind of like what we do here at In Your House, bro. Like it's always good to get back in that Russell space and be a part of the mix.
yeah, you gotta love that, and the fact that Lord Crude came to you and asked how it looked, that does not surprise me, man. You're one of those eyes out there, and you get to see things unfold and you get to commentate upon it. But then you come back here to In Your House and we discuss these things weekly and
Yeah.
we discuss them at high levels. So for me and just being around you, I mean, it's fucking dope that he asked you, but it's almost expected from my perspective because I do respect a lot of what you say about this industry, and a lot of the people that you do put over are some of the greats that we champion today from years ago. Um, So that's awesome, and the fact that you were back at Emerge, and now you're giving the fans the next chapter of Con.
Yes.
That right there is going to show these people exactly why you dance in this on this stage, man. I For me, I will say I was a fan first, because before I ever became anything on In Your House, and watching you again, I always go back to it. We talked about it when we first met, but that whole Vegas thing you did with the set,
Yeah.
that's what showed me this guy has a process, and all I have to do is trust it. And I did that. And now I'm here today with you, and we're getting ready to speak to people. The one guy you spoke of in this at Emerge, Lord, like, it's going to be awesome. Like, I cannot wait to finally not only hear him and see him talk about things, but we're going to get a match with him, and we get to
Yes.
watch that. And so we get to pick his brain mentally in that headspace. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, because I love new talent that gets thrown in my face as aggressively as Lord Crew right now.
And here's the thing: when I look at Lord Crew's look, when I look at his work rate, which I get a chance to see I like the only way the only way I can get a closer look at this man's work rate is if I was wrestling in the damn match with him. Like, I'm
Damn.
right there close ringside watching him do his thing, and he's incredible. And to me, just my opinion from knowing what he does and what you like to see, to me, he'd be a voice Josh Joseph guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could already tell the look alone. I can already tell you, like, this guy, I'm going to be championing this guy, and I'm already developing questions for him. Maybe Bryce, you have some questions for him that you want to throw that way. You let me know, Bryce, and then on the next time we do one, we'll bring you along, buddy. You'll be
Yeah, for
you'll
sure.
be a part of the crew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
man. Most definitely. And like, that's what and we can assess that at a later time to see, what exactly Bryce wants out of it. But like,
Yeah.
if he ever wanted to, like, definitely give him a chance to go to some shows and check out some of this indie
Oh
talent.
yeah.
I love indie wrestling, bro. Like, when it I'm not gonna lie to you, Bryce, and voice, you know it as well. There is a lot of shit indie shows. Shindies is what we call shit
Better
in.
part of them.
Yeah, same here, dog. Same here. Same here. But dude, when you can find those independent shows that do it right, those small, intimate venues that tell really easily to digest stories and spend the money on good talent, like
Yes.
Emerge does, you got something special. You've got something special, and like, there's a lot of places that try to do it, but there's not a lot of places that do it right. And honestly, Bryce, I don't know if that, once again, not something that you aspire to do, but like, if there's ever a place to go to, I would definitely say Emerge is one of those places.
100%.
Put that on the list for sure.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to give their flowers there, and hype saying IYH amasses and enabled a plethora of opportunities. That's what I want for everybody on the team. Whatever that's us, and I have no problem saying it here to Bryce right now, and voice, you already know, and I say it right here in front of the household or whatever. Whatever it is you want to do and I can make it happen, I am going to help you. Straight up.
Yeah, I can attest to it.
Straight up.
100%.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, Bryce, and so far you seem to be fitting in here.
Yeah.
It all depends on how the rest of the show goes, But I enjoy. You know what I will say before we move on, Bryce, I
Sure,
do
sure.
appreciate you when you are in our chat, because you do keep the conversation going and you do
He
provoke
does.
interesting thoughts. So you know, I'm looking forward to the rest of this show.
My only disappointment so far is at the very beginning we didn't run it back.
Ah,
Oh, not the
I'm
running
just messing with
back.
you. I'm just messing with you.
that gets you
No.
eliminated from the Rumble
No,
if you
he's
do
out.
that.
He's out. Get him out of here.
I was
Where's
holding
the
on to
hook?
that. I was holding on to that.
Where's the hook so we can get this guy off
Yeah.
the stage.
Jones, what are you bringing us, man? What is going on
I
here?
love it. I love it. All right, that's just a perfect segue. Let's jump right into SmackDown because I think this SmackDown, it was a pretty good show, honestly.
Yeah.
We have got the ball rolling, Bryce and Voice. We have got the ball rolling on Elimination Chamber. I like that. I like the
Yeah.
fact that we are right out. We are right. I love it, man. But I love the fact that we are right out of the Rumble. We're jumping right into Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. And Voice, Bryce, I think that's important because Voice, we were talking about how the build for Royal Rumble was,
Yeah.
how it wasn't hitting, how it wasn't getting to where it needed to go. And I think it's because they really weren't letting things breathe. They weren't doing they were kind of rushing things, it felt like.
Yeah.
We are right outside of the Royal Rumble. We are already moving towards Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber is in this month. It's on the 28th in Chicago. And I'm like, oh, do I want to go to Elimination Chamber? Sam keeps asking me to go to Elimination Chamber. It's in Chicago. I love Chicago personally. I love Chicago. I've been there a couple of times for some shows. I went there for an MLW show. So I'm thinking about it. Not for sure if I'm gonna go, but I'm definitely thinking about it. But I'm excited, man, because Voice, you know how it was in that crowd with the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
That Saudi Arabian crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Ass water, bro.
Yeah.
Ass water.
Wasn't the best. Wasn't the
I'm
best.
sorry. I'm sorry, ass water.
Yeah.
We get a chance to move towards Elimination Chamber in front of one of the greatest wrestling towns in the United States of America. I'm sorry.
Easily.
You will never convince me that Chicago's not one of the greatest, if not the greatest wrestling town in the United States. That's one of the reasons I fucking love Chicago. But we get a chance to move from a confused Saudi Arabian crowd that is not up to date with modern wrestling to Chicago that keeps their finger on the pulse of professional wrestling. I think we're going to see something completely different. We're going to totally jump into what happened on SmackDown, but I wanted to talk about the climate a little bit, give you guys an opportunity to talk about it. I'm going to get some of Voice's thoughts, and then we'll jump to Bryce. What are your thoughts on the current climate of Elimination Chamber?
Well, my thoughts first are to my Saudi brothers out there. We know this is breaking news. So we got some breaking news. They were not ass. They were held hostage for too many hours to watch a event by the WWE. That's I've talked to some of them over there. They said it was terrifying trips. He held guns at them. It was terrifying. Made them stay there for 7 hours for a 3-4 hour pay-per-view. That's insane. But yes, I do understand where you're at. But now we're in Chicago. Chicago, one of the best cities to have a wrestling event. No matter what wrestling event it is. People show up in Chicago and they show up to make noise. I was there for the AEW when Cody got booed out of the building. It was terrifying. I liked Cody in AEW. I thought he was doing great. So what? He got another contract. He's moving on. He did what he needed to here, and they shamed a child who had the Cody belt. Give the belt back. Yes. And I felt so bad. I wanted to go down there and fight people for this kid so he could keep that belt. But Chicago Elimination Chamber, you have a recipe for greatness. I mean, this is a Martha Stewart and Snoop dish right here, right now. Let's have it. I want seconds on this. I want Chicago to show WWE you're not making the best decisions with your big PLEs and live crowds. If you want to introduce other regions like Saudi to what you have going on now, You need SmackDown over there. You need NXT over there. You
Hmm.
need Raw over there. And then in a year, year and a half, you start slowly bringing in maybe Backlash, maybe something like that, to where they get a hype and they can deliver as fans because they don't want to look foolish out there. And yes, I was joking around with them being held hostage, but the time length of that for them, they were there for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to doing that, to viewing your entertainment, we're going to have empty seats when, I don't know, someone lifts someone up in the middle of the ring for a power bomb and the camera spans out and you see a whole section of nobody sitting there.
Yeah.
That's not good for a Royal Rumble.
That's that's real bad for the Royal Rumble, especially since I'm talking about us in Indiana packed it out like 70,000 deep up in there.
Yeah.
And now you're exact. You see what
See,
Bryce is talking about over there? We
Bryce
packed that
knows
thing
it.
out, bro. He knows. We packed that thing up. You know what I'm saying? And now they're sitting over here like, yeah, 25,000 here in Saudi Arabia, and I get it. I get it. Y'all got the money up front. We all know that they got that Saudi Arabian money up front. Well, how much they got from Saudi Arabia is probably far more that they got from us in Indianapolis for the 70,000. I get that. That's not lost on me. I understand business and money and all that BS. But I'm talking about like passion for the art.
Yeah.
And Indiana showed up and showed out. We were naming we see that's one of the things I get it. There's a lot of people from Indiana that like this place is the worst, it sucks, it's awful. But for me, not being originally from Indiana, kind of being, a transplant from California or whatnot, what I like about Indiana is how welcoming it is. Like they'll sit up there in Name Street, Rhea Ripley Boulevard, Yeet Street. Like it's just welcoming. And then boom, you get 70,000 people to pack out, Lucas Oil Stadium, a football stadium. Like, come on, bro. And then it's like, oh, now we're moving over to the Royal Rumble to Saudi Arabia, and they don't really know everybody that's there. It's about 20 to 25,000. And once again, you got your money up front. But when we're talking about the art, I feel like it was a fail in my mind. I think we can make it up with the Elimination Chamber, though. Bryce, what are your thoughts, bro? We're moving towards the Elimination Chamber. Qualifying matches have already started. It's in Chicago. What are your thoughts on the climate of the Elimination Chamber?
I mean, just looking back to the Saudi crowd real fast, like
Hmm.
I think they were expecting probably what I was expecting out of the Rumble being in Saudi was more surprise former
Yes.
appearances.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they don't want to see Mr. Iguana. Like I want to see Mr. Iguana, but they don't want to see Mr. Iguana. They
Yeah.
don't
No.
want to see
Yeah.
Ed Parker. They
Yep.
want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin come out there
I
and
want to see fucking Yokozuna.
bubble around. Like they want us to bring corpses back and if Mr. McMahon can come be number 30, they want that. But what we delivered is something that probably would have popped here in America to a different
Oh,
crowd.
Hmm.
And I think when I was looking back, I was disappointed with the build to the Rumble, and maybe that was why they kind of recognized where they were going. I don't know. Heading into Chicago, though, I think we're already in a better trajectory to one having a better show in terms of atmosphere. Not that the Rumble was a bad show, but I think we're going to have a way better show in Chicago just because, like we said, we're going to have a way more rocking crowd. We're going to probably get a way better build. We're already starting hot with, I mean, we're going to get into everything, but the Drew McIntyre stuff throughout the episode of SmackDown, Obafemi, things like that. So
Yeah.
I'll let us kind of rock into that, as we're going with the show. But I just think, we're going to have a way better pay per view or PLE heading into Chicago where I was there for All In. Like, it was
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I've been there. I've been around for SmackDown and Raw. Like we said, in Indy, I was there for the Rumble. I was in Philly for the WrestleMania.
Ooh. Okay.
So, like, getting to see these shows in different places in this region alone is like telling that, like, hey, like we do it right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to what we're gonna get, out of this upcoming Elimination Chamber.
Me
Yeah.
too. I like what you're saying, man. Man, that's crazy. That's dope that you've been to a WrestleMania, All In. That's tight, bro. That is super tight. So you've
So,
seen what some of these crowds do. Go, oh, voice. You had a thought?
yeah, well, Bryce mentioned something at the beginning when he was talking about the Saudi crowd and that, maybe WWE figured where they were going, and that's why we had a lackluster um, build for the
Yeah.
Rumble. Am I right, Bryce? Is that where you were kind of saying
I feel
that's
like
like an idea?
they didn't really declare people into the Rumble until about a
Yeah,
week or two
Yeah.
before. It wasn't
Yeah.
really any, oh, I need to win the Rumble to go challenge you. Like, we just kind of got there.
yeah, and it was
Yeah.
almost like WWE. That's their way of recognizing it was just a money grab. That
Yep.
kind
You
of
got
without
it.
coming out and being like, hey, yeah, we just did this for the cash flow. So I think with the what we're getting, because we're getting the complete opposite with the Elimination Chamber. Am I wrong? We're already having a build. They're already having matches. They're already making it feel important. Way better than the Rumble this year was, like, for the
Yep.
build already. And we have a few. How many weeks do we have outside? 3 or 4.
I mean,
I
Um,
think we're about
and
3 weeks away.
and not
Maybe.
to
Yeah.
interrupt,
Yeah. Go
but
ahead.
Finn Balor, who, I mean, I'm a stan, but like he was told there's no spots for me in the Rumble, but then we got the
People
original El
declaring
Grande
after.
Americano. We got
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
so we
Bro, somebody outside of the company that never wrestled for WWE before got a spot, and Finn
yeah.
Balor couldn't get a spot.
Yeah.
Royce Keys up in here, bro.
And
yeah.
I want to get to him later as we're talking about SmackDown, because
Sure.
where was he all week?
That
That's a good
I
question.
I promise you that's the question. When I was on the road last night to Columbus for Emerge, I take my son with me because he shoots video backstage for the promos at Emerge, and he was like, "Where was Royce Keys this week?" The exact same question.
Mhm.
It's a good question.
It is.
It's a legit question. All right, all right. Let's jump right into SmackDown because, like Hype is saying in the chat here, I think all the Drew McIntyre segments hit for sure. I really enjoyed it because it was comical to me. I'm not gonna lie. When he finally got to promo, it was a good promo, and I'm sure we're gonna talk about that because I have a question for you guys. But when he went out there the first time to open the show as the champ, and then Cody comes and cuts him off. I was like, oh shit, here we go, starting off hot. Which I think is a good thing. That's definitely a good thing when we get a chance to start off a show hot and not just formulaic kind of with a match or like a 15, 20-minute promo or something like that. We start with a fight. We start with a brawl. I think don't do it too much, but give me that from time to time. So that works. Then he tried to come out again and declare his statement. Here comes Jacob Fatu to whoop that ass. And Jacob's taking down. They gotta come and get him. And it's like, oh shit. And then finally he interrupted the middle of the show and cut his promo. We'll talk about that once again. But going back to the times where he kept getting his ass beat, which once again I thought was absolutely comical that it happened more than once. But to me, it just shows the target on this man's back. That's huge. So now, Voice and Bryce, we have already established that the World Heavyweight Championship match is CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Main eventing, the World Heavyweight Championship is going to be front line, which I think is great for a change. It definitely is. I love the big gold title. Love it. But now we're at Elimination Chamber, and what Elimination Chamber is going to produce is who is going to be facing Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. And like Hype is saying here, that target is massive. Massive on Drew McIntyre. I really think that this is where we need to be at. Right now. Voice, I've said it on this show before. I've said one of my favorite times in WCW, in Nitro, in the pay-per-views, was when there were many people gunning for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
100.
Sting, DDP,
Yep.
Lex Luger,
Got
Kevin
him.
Nash,
He was
Hollywood
there.
Hulk Hogan, all of
Mel.
all of those guys were gunning for that title.
Yeah.
AEW is doing the same thing. Big, massive big massive target on MJF's back with Hangman Adam Page, with Swerve Strickland, with Kenny Omega, Bandito, Brody King. Love it. Now you have SmackDown, who's doing that same thing with Drew McIntyre. You got Sami Zayn up in the mix. You got Trick Williams saying he wants to be WWE champion. Randy Orton just qualified. Cody's on his ass. Jacob Fatu's on his ass. This is what I like. This is what I like. It makes the title feel big. It makes the title feel important, and everything is trickling through the main event. Because when you think about the World Heavyweight Championship on any show, 9 out of 10 times, that's involved in what your main event is. So when you have 5, 6, 7 guys on the card that are gunning for the title, it makes it feel important. It makes the whole show feel important. So that's just my thoughts on it as far as that goes. Voice, I want to give it to you because I'm talking 6 months ago. You were out with Drew McIntyre. Get this guy off my TV. Get him out of here. And it's not completely his fault, but why is he not grabbing the brass ring like you know that he can? Drew McIntyre right now, I think he's doing great work. But I want your opinion. Drew McIntyre segment, and where do you think he's at right now as WWE champion, this point in his reign?
Well, as a Southern chicken lawyer, I'm going to say, why did the WWE take a month off of not making the titles this important with a PLE called the Royal Rumble, in which the winners of the Royal Rumbles get a chance to face the title holder? So why wouldn't you make it start this last month with all this stuff? Because Drew McIntyre, I love what they're doing here. But I will say AEW was doing this a month ago
They
with
sure were.
MJF
Not a
and
lot.
making that title very important. JCW was doing this a month ago with their title. They had a impromptu rumble that they throw on with the winner getting a title shot at their next event. You know, a lot of people have done this, but WWE is the only one who took a break from doing it, and they took the break at the worst time because you had the PLE that is that's the feature of the winner. Like, you get to pick who you go against and make that title important. So I feel
WrestleMania.
exactly.
If I could jump in real quick,
Do
I think
it.
you said it on the show before. I think they cooled off the Royal Rumble because they didn't want the Saudi Arabian stink on them. They didn't want to throw it all up in everybody's face, so they downplayed it. And to me, it was a bad move because you devalued the Royal Rumble. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Exactly. No, that's exactly what I was saying with Bryce's segment earlier. That's where we have to question as fans and be like, why? Like, I get it, money, I get it, but there's a way to get that money and make the product desirable. Was the Rumble really that desirable this year?
It wasn't.
Did you tempt me with something? No, you didn't. But you're tempting me with what we have going on with A, the Elimination Chamber, and B, the Drew McIntyre story. I like what they're doing with him here. This is exactly what I felt they should have been doing months ago with him. He's got the gold. The chase is over. Now it's a battle to stay alive.
It's where the real work begins.
Yeah, exactly. The work starts here, and the work is to survive. And right now, you have two of the biggest fucking wolves coming at you. You took away one man's opportunity for him to get back to where he wants to be by kicking him in the head and eliminating him.
Now you got a lifelong enemy, brother.
Now you got a light, and that's a grandson of a plumber, my friend. You're going down. And then you got the Samoan werewolf coming after you.
I don't want him coming at me.
That's not a nickname that you just pick out. That's something people give you because the community fears you. It's not a loving hug me to make me feel good. It's stay away from that motherfucker. He's scary. You have all that coming after you. to get to the point that you were at, it's going to take a lot. And I love the way they're putting Drew McIntyre in the corner right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's only going to show why Drew McIntyre is where Drew McIntyre is.
Yep.
And I'm glad he's making me eat my words from months ago.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy that too, for sure. We got to activate that before we get to Bryce's thoughts here on the Drew McIntyre segment and where you're at with Drew McIntyre as a champion right now. We have OG Tony in the chat. He joins us on Thursdays for our AEW Dynamite, yeah, show. And he says CM Punk did have a good run in January. And I agree. He had great title matches in January. Finn Balor was one of them. AJ Styles was another. Also, Braun Breaker at the beginning of. So I will give that to you all day. You're not going to hear me complain about that. But other things I think is what we were talking about. That was crazy. We got hype up in here, and he says the Rumble was missable. Both Rumbles were great, but honestly, the end result was predictable. Only thing that helped me watch was AJ's last match, and yeah. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And here's the thing. I love Roman Reigns, and I'm glad he won the Royal Rumble. But the truth of the matter is, Roman Reigns was the safe pick. That's what that was. That was a safe pick. I'm not saying it was the wrong pick. I'm saying it was the safe pick.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do that's going to assure people are going to watch? Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a needle mover. He's a draw, period. But he's also not somebody that was going to move the needle in a way that'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe he won it. But also, I think they had to play it safe too, because last year in Indianapolis, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. And in the moment, it was a needle moving move because if you remember that time, that was a star-studded Royal Rumble. A lot of big names were in that Royal Rumble. So for Jey Uso to win it, that was massive. That was massive.
John Cena's last.
John Cena's last Royal Rumble. But what came from it, Jey Uso, he did a little good business, but what we ultimately saw is that Jey Uso, in my opinion, ain't as main event as his name would, imply. And I think we saw that because what did I just say, voice? I think the work starts when you get the title. Because how are you staying relevant? It gets so easy to get stale when you're the champion. How can you stay interesting as the champion? And I just don't think Jey Uso stayed interesting as a champion. So, hey.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on it for sure. He also says, hype, that is, he says, y'all gotta learn to say pause. And
he's gotta learn to quit being a pervert.
That's why we need you here, bro.
You know what? I didn't even catch it. So that I don't even he's looking for it.
He's out there he's Larry Flint out there looking for all anybody want to get naked on camera.
Fishing. So
being a treat, Jones.
Let's take it over to Bryce, man. The Drew McIntyre segment. Once again, I thought the first two ass whoopings were hysterical. But where are you at with that, his promo, and then just where are you at with him as champion at this point?
And I thought the segments were, like you said, they were hysterical. I mean, coming out to start and getting jumped by Cody, who obviously, he broke into his promo and did his Cody thing, and then Drew coming back out, it's like, okay, he's gonna get his word off, he's gonna get his stuff off now. Like he's not. Oh, Jacob Fatu? Like I like low key forgot.
Yeah.
And so that like broke me watching the segment, and then obviously he finally got to come out and get his spiel off, and it, like you said, like he's got a real target on his back. It doesn't make sense to me why people don't feel like they have a target on their back more when they're holding any belt.
Yes.
Should everyone's goal not be in some way scrambling for a belt, like of any sort? I don't know. Sometimes it confuses me that there's obviously an order to things and stuff. I don't know. If it was me, you, and the voice, I think we'd all be gunning every week for that top title. So it just confuses me how they present the title holders sometimes. But yeah, like I'm glad he's got all these guys on his back. Like you said, Sammy's on his back. Sammy, Cody, and Jacob, I'm pretty sure next week are in a triple threat
Yes.
qualifier match.
Qualifier, yep. Feels
Um,
so important too. It feels so
yeah,
they're doing a good job. It feels important. Like I truly feel like that when we have qualifying matches like this or tournament based competition in wrestling, it makes everything just have that little bit more. It's like the NBA playoffs, bro, or the NCAA tournament, or the NFL playoffs. Every game matters just a little bit more. Every match matters just a little bit more, and it gives that road to WrestleMania feel because it's like I gotta secure my spot at WrestleMania. Do you guys remember back in the day when guys were like, "What can I gotta get my WrestleMania spot. What can I do? What statement can I make? Who can I screw over? I have to do what I can to get." That's the urgency. You want to be at WrestleMania. If you're in the WWE, yes, you want to main event WrestleMania, but you want to get there too. And I think that this is exactly where we're at, where the bricks are being laid for what could possibly be a great WrestleMania. Because now Sammy's, who's been saying, I want to be a champion for I don't know how long, he had his opportunity at Royal Rumble and he lost. And because he was in that match in the Royal Rumble, which doesn't mean you can't go double duty. Ask Gunther. He retired AJ Styles and then made it to the very end of the Royal Rumble in the same night. But Sami Zayn wasn't in the Royal Rumble. That eliminated an opportunity for him. So now, if he doesn't win next week, if he doesn't win his triple threat match to try to get that opportunity to get to the Elimination Chamber to fight for the opportunity to go up against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, his window is closing. That's
They'll
what
need
we
ushers.
the window is closing. Okay, he's not gonna have a lot of other opportunities to to. He's
Sorry.
not gonna have a lot of
Sorry, I
other.
know you're being serious.
You're good, dude. You're good. He's not gonna have a lot of other opportunities to get to WrestleMania, and
Yeah.
that's the urgency that we need. Like we need people being like, "What can I do to get to WrestleMania?" And that makes the event feel more important. Voice.
Yeah, and I'm struggling because we have a lot of the greats that we want to see in the elimination chamber. Specifically, the qualifying match of for the women's. You had Lash in the match.
Yeah.
Um, you had Chelsea Green, and you
Yeah.
had Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
All three of those women, I would love to see in the elimination chamber.
Hmm.
But I understand that they're putting the top names into qualifying matches together to give it that extra feel of importance.
Yeah.
Um, but that again, that still is like, because I would love to see. Honestly, all three of those women would have been great to have in the elimination chamber. Because I mean, I'm just thinking of Lash herself, and the visual aspect of her in the chamber dominating is just mind blowing to me. Like it's like money. I'm just seeing money signs everywhere and
Sure.
just her elevating her level. So I a fan of what they're doing. I love it. It's wrestling. But deep down I'm like, oh, you couldn't have just thrown in a jobber in there and you know,
So, like, I want to throw this out there for you because it's been something that has been circulating in my mind because they'll do this from time to time. What if, like, the very last qualifying match to get into the Elimination Chamber was like a loser brackets fatal four way? Like, four women and men in a fatal four way that lost. I wouldn't call it a losers bracket because that's not what I would call it. Is a
second
last
chance
chance,
bracket.
last
Yeah,
chance.
last chance.
Yeah, a last chance, a last chance elimination chamber qualifying match, and put four men and four women who were in matches and lost, and give them one final opportunity to get into the chamber. What do you guys think about that?
Bryce, do you want to go first?
so so I guess like it'd be like since these are all triple threats, right? It'd be the
Yeah,
people who lost but didn't get pinned. I
that's a good
guess.
thought too. I like
Um,
that. I didn't even think about that, but I like it. Person who did not get, ooh, that's good. The person who
Yeah.
didn't get pinned gets a second chance.
yeah. So I mean, because it just adds that extra scramble, like we're talking about. Like
Yep.
I like the desperation
Ooh, yeah, yeah,
that people have to get to these events. Like, I don't want to go too much into like last year, but with the John Cena run, like my fantasy booking thought was like, okay, after he lost the Rumble, it was like he's got to keep losing things and
yeah,
be desperate to like get this thing, So looking forward to now, it's like I want all these guys to just be overly desperate. Like Cody's got to keep getting pushed over the edge.
Hmm.
Jacob Fatu is obviously already a loose cannon. Like
yeah,
these guys are gonna do what it takes, and I think losing a match, it just adds like, okay, that fatal four way, what extra are they gonna do, to get to that elimination chamber match?
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
like
like.
it too,
Mhm.
but I would say I like it only if they make it for multiple chambers. Like it's a staple that's in the chamber thing for every year. Because then every year you can expect that great scramble match
Yeah,
to get that last spot. And then to me, that makes it so much more digestible for the newer fans coming in, because then you're expecting it. You know you can count on that one match, and you know it's going to be a banger because it's that last ditch effort to get to Mania. So I love it. I would love it if they made that a staple and they gave it its own spot.
yeah, yeah. The last, I really like that. The last chance elimination chamber qualifying match. Maybe a little bit of a long name that could be workshopped or something. Just last chance match. I don't know how you, but I like the idea a lot of making it a yearly thing because I love this. This isn't just good wrestling television. It's good television, period. Because it's like I've got to achieve my dreams. I want to get to WrestleMania. If I don't win this match, there's not a lot of chances for me to wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yep.
It's getting scarce. Like I want to see backstage segments where people are like stressing out about, man, I haven't won enough matches to get to WrestleMania, or if I don't win the United States Championship next week on Raw, I might not have a spot for WrestleMania. That do that.
Yeah.
Do that because that makes WrestleMania feel like the most important thing in the world.
And
That's
And
what
you
and to me, like that's easy way to build your lower tier, wrestlers. Like what's
yeah,
Tozawa
sure.
doing? Like he should be in a panic to I gotta beat Carmelo Hayes or something like that. Like
Yeah.
and force people, maybe to change. Like okay, I was a face, but I gotta go a little heel to go, to
That's
WrestleMania.
that's it.
yeah.
That's it. People are having to do things that they wouldn't normally do because they desperately want to get to WrestleMania. That's it. Voice, go ahead, man.
No, I was just going to say, going off of what you both are talking about, if they do that and they start implementing that, you have a year out from this mania that's going to happen for the next one. The next one's going to be in Saudi. So, are you going to try to just get the most money out of that one? Or are you
Ooh.
going to try to give them a great product? And I think you need to dig deep into the great product right now and set the staple. Bring it back to guys and women are desperate to get to Mania. I mean, you got Otis in the back ready to give anybody a hand job just so he can be on Mania. That's the energy we need. That's what you have to implement. Like you
Yeah.
have to get it to that level of energy. I mean, if you do that, I guarantee you all those people over watching in different countries are going to feel that energy, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to feed them, and that's what's going to get them into more different spaces of all these different wrestlers.
Most definitely. I like what you're saying, man. I like what you're saying. I want to see a tense locker room.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I know that we're in the time of locker rooms or everybody, and I'm not once not hating. I'm glad that everybody's all cool and stuff like that. But like when we were growing up, wrestling locker rooms were intense, bro. And like I would love to see this generation like put down the switch too and stuff like that back there, put not do so many TikTok videos in the locker room and stuff like that, and be like, hey, and show it on screen. It's like, man, all right, I gotta. How am I gonna get to WrestleMania? I might not get another shot at this. I gotta. It's got to be a highly competitive environment. A
Yeah.
highly competitive environment, and it has to show that on screen. And I think, like Voice said, that's a universal language. That's not that's not just an American thing. There's people across the seas that have felt what it's like to have competitive pressure and to want to get to that next level and to want to better yourself. That's an easily digestible story, not just for a character, but across the show, especially now when it's WrestleMania season and we need to sell that it's WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to sell. So we're going to continue to talk about SmackDown. We're going to continue to talk about Elimination Chamber. We've still got that going on. But listen, we have got to take a break real quick. We have got to pay a few bills. And guys, when we do come back, myself, the Voice, Josh Joseph, and Bryce, when we do come back, we are going to continue to talk about SmackDown, the importance of the Elimination Chamber, and then we've got some surprises to tell you guys about the Squared Circle Expo. What is in your house got cooked up? Find out on the other side of this break.
Hello everyone, it's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
Welcome to the Brainbuster T-shirt website where your favorite podcast team in your house lives. Look at all these fantastic options you have.
If you want that sweet hype, we got it. You wanna be divinely designed at yours. Have you lost your voice? We have all that voice merch for you. Are you just a part of the household? We got that too. Brainbuster Tees is where our YH live. Brainbuster Tees is where I YH live.
In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con, in your house. Hollywood.
Emerge faithful for coming out to Emerge 91 Blood and Bone. Since 2019, I have been the executive producer of the In Your House podcast. Since 2021, I've had the opportunity and the privilege to be a part of Emerge Wrestling in Columbus, Indiana. The honor and the privilege to tell all of you right here in the middle of this ring that Emerge Wrestling, in collaboration with the In Your House Network, will be at the Squared Circle Expo this March in Indianapolis. Emerge Wrestling in your house. We'll see you in March.
Hey, O'Con, in your house. Hollywood, in your house.
Hey guys, it's the executive producer of the In Your House podcast, Alakon the Con Man House, here to tell you on this commercial break to like and subscribe to In Your House on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook at the In Your House Wrestling Podcast. Subscribe on Twitch at Team IYH. And remember to follow us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And leave a review and 5-star rating. We thank you for your continued support. It all helps for us to stay charted and continue to give you that work. Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House, more specifically the Sunday House Party. And I'm in here kicking it with my man, my brother, the voice, Josh Joseph and Bryce York, representing In Your House over there on the social media side of things. We are talking some SmackDown, and man, I got to tell you, I'm gonna be kicking back, chilling, and relaxing a little bit later for the Royal Rumble. And of course, I still got to get my workout in, because it's gonna get heavy around the waist eating all that food. And I'm just glad that I have got goalie nutrition on my side. Goalie gummies. I got those apple cider vinegar gummies to give you that energy that you need to get it going in the gym. Then, of course, the Matcha Mind gummies to give you that focus. I know I use it when I'm editing podcasts, keeps me locked in and keeps me going. And then the Ashwagandha gummies to restore, relax, unwind after a workout, and just let the muscles loosen up and just let you chill so you won't be so tense. So you can get your wellness journey started. All you got to do is go to goalie.com, and hey, at checkout, you can let them know that In Your House is here to help you out and keep some money in your pocket. All you got to do is enter promo code IYH, and you get a 10% discount. Let them know that In Your House sent you, and check out everything that we're doing on Facebook Live, on YouTube, on Twitch, on X, and then on the podcast versions on Apple Podcast and Spotify, where a lot of our listeners listen. It's great. But listen, we got to continue talking SmackDown because we did have qualifying matches, as we talked about, and we had two winners of the first qualifying matches, Tiffany Stratton and Randy Orton. Now, I am on the side of voice where I understand they want to put Tiffany Stratton in there, but I most definitely think there was some other pivots that you could have went to. Now, what I would have done personally, because we had Chelsea Green in that mix. Who else did we have, voice? We had Chelsea Green, and who else?
Lash.
Lash Legend. There it is. That's it right there. What I would have done was continue the build of Lash Legend. Exactly. Just like Voice was saying. And then you possibly could have had Tiffany Stratton win the last chance Elimination Chamber Fatal 4-Way to get her way in there. But I do think that building with Lash and continuing to build with her is the right move right now because Tiffany Stratton is established. So anything that she does at WrestleMania is going to draw eyes. I also understand the fact that they want her for the big spots there in the Elimination Chamber. She's had a couple of big spots in the Elimination Chamber and, the big moonsaults and everything. She's going to be the big spot girl. All three of us know that. All three of us know that she's going to be the big spot girl in this match. And
Yeah.
that aspect, I get it. In that aspect, I get it. But I definitely would have loved to pivot and put Lash Legend in that spot. But Randy Orton, and when I saw who was in that triple threat, the writing was on the wall. There was nobody else except for Randy Orton. It's nothing against Aleister Black. I think Aleister Black is great.
He did great in this.
He did. But they're not putting him on TV enough, bro. They've cooled him off. That's
But I will say though
off.
that promo they did, to me, Alistair hit on levels that you were talking about where they need to pivot. And
Yeah,
he was talking some shit to Randy and putting Randy in a whole new headspace. Like I think ride that momentum with those guys.
for sure. For sure. Bryce, you had a point too that you wanted to speak at. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, like I thought with both matches, I thought both winners were safe in a sense because
Yeah.
like Lash
Yeah.
Legend is somebody who obviously they kind of made her look like a big deal in the Rumble, and it's somebody like you want to keep making somebody else big, like Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton don't need it as much. And then in this match, like I mean, Randy's been in the chamber, a billion
10
times.
times.
Yeah.
Countless.
Solo, I think he's somebody who, I mean, he's got his story with the Wyatt Six, so I didn't expect him to win, but With Aleister Black, I mean, you say he's not getting on TV enough, but like, how do we get him on TV? You know, we gotta give him a win. So like,
Yeah, for sure.
put him in this and let him into the chamber. Like, I thought both winners were kind of safe, just to me.
No,
I
you're on point.
I
You're on
agree
point.
with you on that.
I hear exactly what you're saying because it's exactly what I was saying about Roman Reigns Royal Rumble winner. It was a safe pick. It was a safe pick, but like I, I honestly, Bryce, I think that you are right because I don't, in my opinion, and I'll stand firm on it. I think we're in a time where we don't need to play safe. We need to be dangerous. It's WrestleMania season. We need to be
Nope.
dangerous.
Well,
I think like if you look at just sports in general, like we shouldn't be shocked when anybody wins. Like everybody is supposed to be presented as a threat in a sense. Like you shouldn't be surprised when somebody gets that roll up victory or something like that. Like yeah, guys can be dominant, but like it's not a bad thing when you get a shock victory to me.
yeah.
No, that's not bad.
No, and real quick, you're about to go into take the elimination chamber into a place that you could either get the biggest, like happiest crowd or the angriest
Yeah.
crowd.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you take that chance with Chicago fans in wrestling, if
Talk
you
about it.
take
Come
that
on.
chance, they will give you the grace to at least try to tell the story.
Yep.
You only have a little bit though. They only give you a little bit of rope.
Yep.
So you either you I think this would have been the perfect opportunity to say exactly what Bryce was saying and go, you put Jacob in there and you put Lash and you ride with those guys in there because when you go with the safe bet, sometimes the Chicago crowd will turn on the safe bet because
Truth.
that's not a place to play safe. They want a moment. Chicago fans want a moment.
Yeah.
And if we've learned anything, let's take it back to Money in the Bank 2011. Chicago loves it when WWE plays dangerous.
Yes.
Hmm.
They love it when WWE plays dangerous games. Chicago eats it up. That's once again one of the reasons why I love it. But yeah, they did play it safe with those picks. But listen, I'm gonna let it breathe because we still have. We still got five more qualifying matches that we gotta have. So, like, of course, within the barrel of a shotgun, it's like, these picks are kind of play it safe. But remember, gentlemen, we still have other triple threats that we gotta have so
True.
we can see some great people enter that for sure. So okay, we're gonna keep the conversation going because listen, we have got to understand that we are all on this panel toxic. All right, we're all toxic. We all have toxic masculinity. We can't change it. The only way that we can truly become truly, more tolerant of the fair sex is if we follow the ways of the topic himself, Kit Wilson. And Kit Wilson, I know I've gushed about it before, so I'm gonna keep this tight. I'm not gonna go into a whole thing about it. But I think it's great that we have such a dynamic character in the lower card. I think that it's great. It's R Truth levels of good. It's Crash Holly levels of good. Somebody who's on the lower card that, they might not win matches, but they're fun. They're fun and they create moments. And I think Kit Wilson is one of those guys for sure. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, but I don't know. I don't know, Bryce and Voice. I don't know how you can have toxic masculinity because I'm pretty sure everybody here on this panel is the same as me. And I don't know about y'all, but I am most definitely an oba feminist. I am a
Yeah.
open feminist because anytime this dude's music hits, like it did on SmackDown, I'm like, oh man, somebody's about to get fucked up because that's exactly what we saw on Monday Night Raw. This dude is taking out big tag teams. The War Raiders are no small men. No
No.
small men, and he handled them easily. And then came and did the same thing to to Kit Wilson when he picked him up in the back suplex hold and picked him up and then flung him the way that he does. And I know we've seen him do it a million times on NXT because we're wrestling fans. But guys, that's the for a lot of fans, that's the first time they've seen him do that. Seen him yeet somebody like that. So you got to think about that too. The way they're presenting Obafemi, that's the next question I have for you guys here. I'm enjoying it. They're slow building it for sure in different ways that they're doing Trick Williams and the integration of Javon Evans. So Javon Evans has really captured a lot of people's hearts quickly. Um, but where are you at now, Voice, with Obafemi and the way he's been presented since his debut?
I like the way he's being presented. I'm going to love the way he's being presented if it pays off in this way. We see him come out and do these things with smaller guys. And I could go a couple more weeks of seeing him do this. But then all of a sudden, maybe Royce Keys is standing across the
Ooh.
the mat with him. I mean, maybe it cultivates into that to where he has to come up to something that's a little more his size, a little more his aggression. And then we maybe that's how we get the big introduction of Keys. I don't know, but I for some reason that's what I keep envisioning in my head. Maybe just because I like two big monsters just beating the shit out of each other, and
Yeah.
those are the two newest ones that they're giving us. Because I'm still a Brock Lesnar fan, love Brock Lesnar, but I don't love Brock Lesnar because who Brock Lesnar is. I love him because he's the monster who comes in
The
and
destroyer, the
creates havoc.
ass
Yeah,
kicker.
he's that guy and he fits that character so well, in which when I look at Oba, I look at him in likes of Brock Lesnar because he fits his character so well. Oba fits that mold that they've created for him and he makes me believe him. So I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with Oba. But this particular segment, this was fantastic. This is how you highlight both him and Kit, and you added fuel to both of the storylines that you're trying to push. So I love this moment. I thought this was actually an A+ moment for SmackDown, of this SmackDown.
I like that for the reasons that you're saying. It was not a 5-star match. It was not a killer like promo segment, but what it did was every single thing that it needed to do. Kit Wilson came out. He got over by, telling the crowd that they're toxic and telling them that they have toxic masculinity, which
I
is,
love it.
easy to digest in this day and
Yes,
age. Easy
yes,
digestible heel. Like, oh, what do you think you're better than me? You think I'm toxic? Yeah, what are you talking about? It's easy to digest, and he's got off rip. He's got a face that you want to see get shit kicked.
yeah,
Like that's just what it is. Like he's a great heel and he's in his lane, and it gives an opportunity for somebody like Obafemi to come in who you can believe that he would come in and just destroy this guy. And there's no reason for
true.
you to think otherwise. Absolutely no reason for you to think otherwise. This match did exactly what it needed to do in a very small amount of time. It's called using those 5 minutes. So most definitely, I like that. But I want to ask Bryce here, man, your thoughts. Where are you at now with Obafemi? And then, of course, you got any thoughts on Kit Wilson?
I mean, Kit Wilson, probably one of my favorite, character pivots
Yeah,
going on
Yeah.
right now. I guess my biggest disappointment is, with how over he is, but this also goes back to the Rumble was in Saudi. He wasn't in the Rumble.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I think that's something where if he goes
God,
there,
that would have been great.
he probably doesn't get a
Epic.
pop, though, like he would get if the Rumble's anywhere over here.
Oh,
So,
he would hear at home though with that. Oh, I
so,
would have been like, oh my God, he's
so
doing it.
So I think it's a little tough that he's like so over, and then you have an event going on that he can't go and show up and tell everyone they're toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But
that would have been so good.
I like
Epic.
I like Kit
Epic.
Wilson. I'd like to see him hopefully I don't think he's a big time player, but if he should get a nice proper mid card feud or something like that, just to keep highlighting him.
Agree.
And then Obafemi, I mean, he was my pick to win the Rumble. I think he's somebody who, of all the people that are jumping up, they all scare me if they go too high too quick. But Obafemi, he's the guy that, I mean, I'd like to see him somehow end up in the Mania match with Drew.
That would
Um,
be insane.
I'm really high on him. I think that his character, I mean, is obviously got this dominant feel, but like I think they also know how to, get rid of that. We don't need another 1,000 day champ or anything, but like if Obafemi can get to the top and get in that proper feud and things like that, like I think he can be somebody that we really look to watch every week, depending on the chance and depending on the show he's on. We still don't know what show he's on right now.
True.
Exactly.
Very, very true. Here's the thing about Obafemi is this, and every person sees it, every wrestling fan sees it. This is a guy who is in rarefied air. He's doing everything right. He's getting nods from the right people who's telling him that he can be the guy. This is a guy who can have an undisputed WWE championship match at WrestleMania this year. And if he beat Drew McIntyre, I'd believe it.
Yeah.
I'd believe it. He's at that trajectory. It's exactly like Bryce said. I'm not one for like really fast tracking guys. I've never really been like that. But in this current era, it feels right. It feels right. We're fast tracking Trick Williams. We're fast tracking Javon Evans. We're fast tracking Tommaso Ciampa to the TNT Championship. We're fast tracking Andrade to opportunities for the AEW Championship. I like it. I think the time for slow and methodical, I don't want to say it's over because it's never over. That stuff
No,
always
it's not
works.
over.
That stuff always works. Slow methodical storytelling always works. But where we're trying to get guys into spots where they can tell those stories is what we're fast tracking. We can
Yeah.
get Javon Evans to tell the I want to be the youngest world heavyweight champion. I want to beat Randy Orton's record. I still got a few good years left. I'm 21. He won the world heavyweight championship when he was 24. I can do it. I can become the youngest world heavyweight champion. That should be a narrative for him. Obafemi should come in and be like, "Hey, I'm the guy who's gonna come in, and I'm not telling you I'm gonna do it. I'm coming in, I'm winning the undisputed championship in my first 2 months in the company." And then you have Trick Williams, who's gonna tell anybody who will listen, "I'm gonna be world heavyweight champion. I'm gonna be world heavyweight champion." All right, but what are you doing to be world heavyweight champion? You say you're going to do all these things, Trick, but you seem like a whole lot of talk to me. And somebody finally tells him that, and he's like, all right, I'm going to show you. And that's when we see him really dig into his bag. And we're loving the lemon pepper stepper, nice, swagged out Trick Williams. But what we've seen from Trick in the past is that Trick will get in his bag and he'll do some dirty shit to win. So all it's gonna take is for somebody to tell him, "Hey, you ain't everything you say that you is." For him to be like, "Let me show you the links that I'll go to become champion." And boom, we'll see Trick Williams be the second one out of the three to become a world heavyweight champion. And then I think that there's going to be a story, not now, but down the line, maybe next year. Or we still got 2 years on it, where Javon Evans is really pushing to become the youngest world heavyweight champion. And I think in a year or two we see it. I really do. I think he's going to get that because there's not a lot of opportunities to do that. He's one of the few, if not the only one, that has the trajectory to become the youngest world heavyweight champion, and he's still got a big window of opportunity to do it. At least 2, maybe 3 years. 2, maybe 3 years.
And that,
I
I mean, like that would be awesome to see, like a storyline, as it gets it's getting closer to his birthday. Like I don't know when his birthday is, but if it's close to WrestleMania, it's like his desperation, like we were talking about earlier, being desperate for WrestleMania season. Like he's trying to do everything he can to be that youngest. Like let's see a story like that play out. Like
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to give it to him. But then, right as soon as he gets that, whoever holds Money in the Bank is going to come out and take it from him, and
Okay.
that's
I'm,
going to how
I,
they're going to make him that champion, and then
I
from
am
there
a.
on, at
I'm okay with that because he'll win
least
it
how
after.
I see it,
He'll win it
yeah,
after. He'll
'cause
win it again after that.
And Trick hits me as a Money in the Bank type of champion.
and
Oh, hold on now.
imagine the visual of Trick doing that to
To
Javon.
Javon Evans, money, just print damn money because that's what that is. You accomplish him becoming the youngest world heavyweight champion, and then you give Trick that moment to show you the dirty bastard that he really is. I don't
You
care
have
about
a
my relationship with you. I don't care that we have a history in NXT. I'm embarrassing you. I'm taking what's
dude.
mine.
All in my head I can see is Trick holding that title and an entire crowd behind him yelling, "Whoop that Trick! Whoop that Trick!" Oh my god,
Uh-huh.
that's WrestleMania right there. Tell me it's not.
He's up, bro. He's up. Like his
Mm,
he's up. He's got the charisma.
that would be
I
so good.
he as far as like, and I don't want, once again, we're going to continue to talk, but it's okay if we kind of jump off into things to talk about things on the sidebar as well. I think that Obafemi has the most like mainstream potential.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I think that he's the,
out the
because I
gate.
hear people, bro, I hear people who don't even watch wrestling and they know who Obafemi is already. That's
He's a
rare.
sight to see. He's
He
a
is.
sight to, he's just like Brock was when Brock first came. That's
Yeah.
why everybody, that's why we in our circle have been saying, give him the Brock Lesnar treatment. Give him a title right out the gate and let's watch him destroy shit, because that's what we need as fans right now. We
Yeah.
need that monster, that ruler, that guy who can just wreck shit.
Yep. To me, talking about this young trio, these pillars of WWE in the future, when I see Obafemi, I go exactly to where you're going to, Brock Lesnar. When I see Trick Williams, I think The Rock. And when I
Really?
see, yes, and when I see Javon Evans, I see young Jeff Hardy. And when I
Can
say Jeff Hardy, do you remember Jeff Hardy when he was world heavyweight champion? When he was that vibe, he was that. Remember what I say about Javon Evans? He appeals to a generation.
mhm.
Jeff Hardy appeals to a generation.
I agree with that one. I would say Trick reminds me of a Shawn Michaels when he was
I,
getting, like,
I
when it was all about Shawn Michaels. And
yeah,
I get that energy from Trick because he has that way. He has that way to make it about himself, but his actions are the reason why you're watching him. It's not because of what he's saying or things like that. It's because what he did in the ring last week. Now we need to see what he's going to do this week and who he's making look foolish, in my opinion, with Trick.
yeah. Yeah, no, I hear exactly what you're saying. I want to get Bryce's comps on here too, but real quick, I want to hop in this chat. We've got brother BKL Sports Entertainment Show. I think first time followers here, so thank you for joining us. They say, "What's good, fellas? At least today is Sunday, but what on earth are we talking about? Are we acting like toxic? Like
We're a little
toxic?"
toxic.
Super toxic, man. Thank you for joining us. But Bryce, I want to get your thoughts, man, because like I'm learning a lot about you just on this episode here of In Your House, and I'm enjoying it. I'm digging it. I want to hear your comps on Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Javon Evans.
Yeah, so I mean, Javon, I definitely agree. Like, he gives me the Jeff Hardy vibe. Like, he's just, it's like a different type of charisma. Like, he can
Yeah,
obviously get on the mic and appeal in his own, like, his own way, I guess. Like, he's not going out there necessarily cutting, a CM Punk pipe bomb, but like, he's gonna get on there and say some, some shit that kind of, makes you pop, and then he's gonna go out there in the ring and literally do everything that you're like, what? Like, he can only do these things, which is, it's crazy. So
yeah,
like, he gives me the Jeff Hardy, he's the Enigma. Oba, Oba's either Brock or he's Batista. Like, I mean, maybe not Batista in terms of the acting chops or anything like that, but I mean, he's that beast out there, and we need to present more of these beasts in a way where they become the champion. Like, I feel like we get these big guys, we get these beasts, and we're too quick to let them get chopped down and not build them up.
Strowman.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm.
they kind of just become another novelty act in the worst of ways, and it's like this
Now
guy,
he's eating food.
Obafemi's got to come in. Like, if Omos was being actually used, I would say he's got to hold something just strictly off being the biggest guy I've ever seen. So like, they got to present these big people big in that way. And then with Trick, I mean, yeah, I get the Rock, and then even with that, like, I always kind of give LA Knight kind of gives me that stone cold kind of. I don't know if he's always trying to go for that, but he kind of like, I was like,
Oh, he
okay,
is.
if
Oh, he
He
definitely
is.
wants
Trick LA Knight can maybe kind of run it back for Rocket Stone Cold in a weird way one day or something like that. But
I
yeah,
could see it. That could
I
be
definitely see
interesting.
Trick trying to give us that Rock, that Booker T. He's that Attitude Era guy. I mean, he's admitted to it. Like, that's what he's all about, is that Attitude Era, and I feel like he's kind of bringing that back too.
I like that. I like that. I like the fact that that's his goal because Attitude Era, fun time for sure. And once again, you don't think about 5-star matches. I think about moments, and I'm a moment guy for sure. Love my 5-star matches. Don't get me wrong, but I'm all about moments. But I'd most definitely wanted to get the comps out there and do that. We had a women's tag team championship match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeated Julia and Kiana James, and we saw the champs retain. I'll be honest. I'm just gonna be completely real here with the growth of the women's tag team division and how everything's going. And I get it. We're putting the titles on two top singles competitors so we can eventually, hopefully, put them on a great tag team that has established chemistry. I'd love to see it be Lash Legend and Nia Jax personally. But I, I'm ready for the Rio Tag Team Championship era to be over because I'm enjoying women's tag team wrestling a lot more than I was a year ago. And Voice, you know I'm a tag team wrestling guy. You know I love tag team wrestling, and I want to
Oh
see
yeah.
tag teams go at it. I want to see tag teams between established teams, not so much to, single stars. I think there's a time for that in wrestling, but I don't always enjoy it. Voice, where are you at the current state of the women's tag team championships?
Current state, I love it. I don't enjoy the champs. I I'm there was a moment that this was a good thing, but I think we're past that. I think we need to move forward. I understand it seems like they're maybe pushing Lash more towards singles competition. Are you guys feeling that? Um
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
I I kind of I love it and I don't because I do want to see her and Nia have the titles. I want to see them be that dominant tag team because I think the women's division could have a really cool look to it if it has the twin towers of the women as a tag team, especially as champions. Um so I'm ready for a change at the top of the women's tag team. I like this match. I just the ending is very predictable now with these two. You get the headbutt and then a moonsault, the over the moon moonsault. Cool. They're cool to do, but like we see them all the time. That's how it's almost every finish with these two. I'd like a little difference in them, maybe in the ring, but I don't think we're going to get anything different. I think they're getting there's going to be a rift that happens, and then we're finally going to get what are we? EO Rhea number 4, 5, 6.
Maybe 4 or 5, and I'll be here for it. I'll be here for it. I
Yeah.
won't
Oh,
lie.
I'm
They
going
got
to be
great
here
matches.
for it.
What?
But I want that division. I want that rift because I want to see what the story they tell us to get to that match. And I think it's time for it. That's my
Agreed.
opinion.
I
You know,
agree. No, I would love to see because I think so. I think one of the things is that there are
Shut
a
up.
lot of oh
Shut up.
no
free
no we're not
mode,
no
Stop. Why would you drop a nuclear bomb in the chat?
free
oh man.
mode.
Because it's hype, bro. Of course Jones is gonna do
Good
that. He loves
lord.
it. He loves it. Oh man, we've got our
Uh,
new chatters up in here, brother BKL. They're saying, speaking of women, until we're literally talking about Chelsea Green until Rikishi was literally talking about her. So no title belts, no glory, no WrestleMania moment. What do you mean? Are you sound like because Rikishi came to her aid and saying that she is a top girl that they're now going to keep her away from it? That's what I'm just trying to see there as far as your comment. But listen, I think that we could get to a situation where we could see Rhea versus Io. Um, for sure. And I think that we can get there in a different way. Of course, we've had title matches, with them, but what if there was a turn? And I've seen something on social media. So this isn't my original idea. But it was an idea. Do you guys remember when Batista and Rey Mysterio were tag team champions on SmackDown back in the day?
I do.
hmm.
And do you remember the breakup between those two when he
I
was like
do.
holding him by his face and was like, "I thought you were my friend" and whatnot?
Oh yeah.
So what if we saw something similar with Rhea and Io? What do you
I
think
could
about
be
that,
here
Bryce?
for it.
What do you think?
I mean, I think I'm just ready for it to happen at this point.
Yeah,
Like when is the feud gonna happen? When are we building for it to happen? Like
yeah.
I want to see it though. Like, and I want to see. I mean, that would be awesome to see kind of Rhea just kind of woman handling
Io.
EO. Yeah, maybe she just grabs her from the top rope and she's just holding her up, and then just drops her or something, some crazy visual a little bit just to get a little heel Rhea.
So, do you guys remember last year at the Elimination Chamber when Naomi was in the Elimination Chamber and then Jade Cargill came and just completely obliterated and destroyed her, and like Bianca Belair was in the chamber like, "What's happening? What is
Yeah.
going on?"
Losing her shit.
Losing it. One of the like seriously, like you could give her an award for that
Oh,
because
it was
she's
perfect.
yeah, she sold the hell out of it. That was for me. I always enjoy Bianca as an in-ring competitor, but I think she
Yep.
did some of her best character work there,
It
for
Mhm.
was great.
sure. But that stemmed one of the biggest stories in the women's division. What if they do the turn inside the elimination chamber if both women qualify?
That would be cool.
I was
That
gonna say, or they're both in the qualifier match together. One of them gets through, and that's the jealousy bit. Like
And yup, and it's
Io
like
gets
and like,
in.
obviously the one I think more likely to snap is Rhea, but that's
Yeah,
hard because like she's obviously plays the aggressor character a lot better. She plays that aggressive character a whole lot better than I think Io Sky. Io Sky is great. I love her, but also I'm torn because uh, Rhea Ripley is one of the most over like characters in the company, period. Like mainstream marketability to where Drake is talking about her on podcast. People always reference like like what she like. There's people who look at Rhea Ripley outside of wrestling and is like, who is she? She's captivating. She has mainstream appeal. So it's weird because she's gonna play the better heel, but are they gonna turn her heel is the question.
I think she's got that stone cold thing to her to where she no matter what
Walk
she
that line.
plays,
Walking that line.
yeah, she can walk that line and she can take her fans anywhere she wants to go. Fans are going to follow her, much like Rock's fans. I mean, he did the
Yeah.
same thing. Um so I honestly I think Rhea, wouldn't it be interesting though if they do EO?
It will be different. If she can tap into that aggressive side, yeah, it'd be different.
I think she can. I think she could do a.
I guess
I think it would be interesting for the smaller one to become evil.
I mean, dynamic wise, I agree. It would definitely be the change up. But like you were saying, I mean, Rhea has been the most over woman for I don't know how long. When was the last time she was really heel? Like Judgment
I think it
Day,
was Judgment Day, yeah.
But what?
and
I mean,
even
Even
they
then,
were.
she
then,
was getting
Yeah,
babyface pops.
exactly.
so like I guess for me, like not that I think she's stale in a sense, but like can we make Rhea the heel? Like she's gonna be over regardless.
Yeah,
People are gonna be on her side regardless, and I think she obviously is the aggressor that can play that heel. And EO obviously, like mainstream wise, you're gonna buy the sympathy by EO being the face in this situation. And unless EO's going back to the Kabuki Warriors or damage control of some sort, like like where's that going? I guess.
True.
yeah,
I can see that point. What if we do this? And I like what because we have to get to that moment. How
yeah.
do we make Rhea truly heal?
So I
What if
guess.
we
Oh, go
well
ahead. Go
what
ahead.
what if we bring back a casket match?
We
And
haven't
we
seen
have
one in a while.
EO versus somebody, whoever it may be. And in the middle of that, Rhea comes out to help EO. And we're all like, oh my God, yay, yay. And then Rhea picks up EO and dumps her in the casket, fucking closes it, and then walks off.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
This will be too much. I'm too much.
Oh, I'm here for too much.
Do you remember when I forget which match it was, so forgive me, but The Rock was in a casket match? And this is blurry to me, but I do remember this because I remember this as a kid. I remember he got put in a casket. I don't know if it was the lead up to the match or it was the match himself, but Rock got put in the casket. They chained the casket shut, and then they dragged the casket backstage, and I think they crushed the casket like with some large, I can't remember, it's foggy to me, I'd have to find the segment on YouTube. But then officials backstage finally got the casket unlocked and opened, and Rock was a bloody mess inside the casket. I mean, he was just like I forget, once again, I have to find that segment, but I remember that playing this day. What if she did something like that where she throws her in the casket, drags the casket, and like maybe throws it off the stage or something like that, or I mean really doing some wild wicked shit.
Sets it on fire.
Or you could set it on fire. You could set it on fire. You could do that. Just some stuff like that. Like, let's take it there. We talk about we
What?
want these moments. Let's take it there for one. You don't have to do it every week like the Attitude Era did it, because when you do it every now and again in this day and age, it hits so much harder.
Well, what'd you have to do with Austin? He had to align with Vince McMahon. He had
Yeah.
to shake the hand with the devil for the fans to be like, he's a heel. No one wants anything to do with him. Bring someone else in. So Rhea has to make people cover their children's eyes to
Yep.
make me believe she's heel.
Yep. And I'll say this: Gunther had that moment. Like Gunther had that moment
He did.
on Monday Night Raw when we talked about it on the show. So once again, we don't have to go into it like a whole lot. But when he put the sleeper hold on him, and Dragon Lee, which I think Dragon Lee looked like $1,000,000 in that segment front to back. He sold
Yeah.
everything
Mhm.
wonderfully. Dragon Lee's not getting, and he's not going to, but he's not getting enough credit for his part in that segment because it was masterful. And when he had him in that sleeper hold off that apron, the way he like gradually just like his body went limp and he went to sleep. Like I said last week, voice. If my daughter was watching that, I would cover her eyes.
Yeah. Because it was disturbing.
Exactly.
They gave you the
Exactly.
visual that he choked a man unconscious and then lynched him over the ropes.
Took like it
His
almost felt like
body's just
watching.
dangling.
Exactly. It almost felt like watching the life leave somebody's body. It was that disturbing.
Exactly. And if you're going to touch in those emotions, this is
You
how
got to
you
do
have
it
to
right. You got to
do.
do it right.
And Rhea's the next logical way to get her heel.
Yeah.
But we got Jones saying he doesn't want them split up, so we're making his feels hurt, guys. I don't know if we want to keep hurting Jones's feelings with Rhea and Io. He doesn't want them split up.
Hey, I want to see it split up. I want to see it split up.
Has to be.
I think it's leading to the split for sure. So once again, I think this episode of SmackDown was good. I enjoyed Carmelo Hayes and The Miz, and man, I just want to once I don't want to go into a whole thing about it for sure, but
And
they
badly.
did. They
They
sure
did
did.
badly.
They didn't do it as it was definitely not as good as Gunther and Dragon Lee. They did that segment great, and I love MJF, but it was very like I said on Thursday, voice. It was very cartoony. It wasn't as impactful.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the fact that Carmelo Hayes is really getting in his bag. Like, and when I say getting in his bag, he's finishing matches with the nothing but net, the top rope famouser that he does. He's finishing matches with the suplex cutter. He's finishing matches with the top rope suplex cutter. And on Friday night, he finished a match with the Code Breaker, the first 48. I like that. I am loving this presentation of Carmelo Hayes. He looks legit. He's building up great. And this is how you got to do it. Because it almost feels like Carmelo Hayes is kind of playing from behind a little bit when you have guys like Obafemi that we're talking about. Hey, he could win the Undisputed Championship at WrestleMania, and I'd believe it. Hey, Trick Williams is a guy who's just one cash in away from becoming a World Heavyweight Champion. Hey, Javon Evans is going to be a champion and become the youngest World Heavyweight Champion in history in about a year or two. We gotta stop playing around with Carmelo Hayes, because Carmelo Hayes was playing in playgrounds with these guys. You know what I'm saying? He was in the NXT mix with these guys. He's just as legitimate as a competitor as any one of those men, and I think that we're seeing that slow build because they didn't really do right by him when he first came to the main roster, so they had to work on it, and they've worked on it, and he's now building, and I think that he can be one of those four pillars as he continues to go. I just want to get some of your guys' thoughts on the current state of Carmelo Hayes. Voice, you've covered Carmelo Hayes a lot on this show. Where are you at with United States champion Carmelo Hayes at this point?
I love where he's at this point. And what I love about him is he is the actual character that you want to play in any WWE wrestling game, because he beats competitors like as if he went back in time and was winning in the video game of that year with that wrestler he's facing. And I speak of Miz because back at the day, the code breaker could win you a match and things like that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
he has that in his arsenal. So let me beat you with a move that would have beat you back in the day. So I've shown that you haven't grown, my friend. I'm Carmelo Hayes. I keep growing. I keep developing. I keep
Yep.
evolving. Yes, did it take me a year to get to this point? Sure as fuck did. You all witnessed it. But I'm at that point and I'm holding that point, and ain't nobody stepped to him yet to take him off of that, his trajectory. The dude, I've been championing him for the longest time.
You have.
And I'm so glad that they've taken their time with him, because what we are witnessing right now is a true United States champion who is putting it on the line. Whoever wants to step to him, he is defending and winning. So I love where we're at right now. I do wish the spotlight was a little more on him and what he's doing, but he's on SmackDown doing great things. So if you're over there on the 3 hour show weekly that can get tapped into people's regular viewing, I think he's the Diamond Dallas Page right
Ooh,
now.
okay.
He's the
Okay.
one keeping it together in the mid card, and he is the one to take out.
I like it. I like it. When when I think of when I think of Carmelo Hayes, for some reason my mind really goes to Kobe Bryant. Stick with me here,
Mm,
because I remember I lived in LA when Kobe Bryant was a rookie, when he got traded on draft day for Vlade Divac, and he came over to the Lakers from the Charlotte Hornets, and as a part of that draft day trade. And I remember watching him, and like, you saw flashes in his rookie year. He kind of played off the bench, and he didn't come in touted to be a legend. He didn't come in touted to be one of the greats. He came in and he worked through the system, and he eventually worked through that Los Angeles system and became a legend, a great. That's kind of how I see it with Carmelo Hayes. He didn't come in super hot. He didn't come in like, well, he was a first round draft pick. He was the first round draft pick for SmackDown when he first debuted. And then he sputtered. But he had to work through the system. He worked through the system, and I think we're still seeing him work through the system. And I think that what we're going to see eventually is a future legend, like we saw with Kobe Bryant. That's why I put that comp on him. Bryce, where are you at currently with United States champion Carmelo Hayes?
Man, Carmelo Hayes, he's one of my favorites. He's in a great spot right now. I think there's nothing wrong with the fact that he kind of got slow burned because, like, I mean, for any of these guys, realistically, like, they're way younger than, the guys that, came before them. Like, all those guys were way older when they got into the game. And, like, yeah, it took them a long time to win a championship or something like that. But, like, if you're Javon Evans and you're, not even, you're nowhere close to being the youngest, champion's age already, you've got so much time to be great. So for even for Carmelo, he's got so much time to be great. So I'm glad to see, he's in this mid card. He's really taking the reins of the U.S. champion. I love the open titles because this gives that title the chase that we
yep.
were talking about earlier. Like it forces everyone into the chase, but like now we get to see everyone kind of, oh, I want this.
Grab those opportunities.
Miz taking that shot this week, from Ilya and things like that. So um, just I like where Melo's going. I like to see where it's going to head to. I feel like with the open challenge format, it kind of makes me think when he gets the Mania, he's going to be maybe in one of the multi-man type of matches.
I like that.
Just because
Yeah.
he's got everyone on him, so it's got to lead to maybe a ladder match or something like that of that sort. So um, love to see where he's going to go. And then, like you said, being a pillar, I think when the Obafimis and Trick Williams and all those guys that he was already tussling with in NXT get to the top, oh, this is a perfect guy to come challenge him because he's got the experience of facing these guys. So I
Great
think,
point, Bryce.
his
Yeah.
eventual trajectory is kind of just built in and already kind of been written.
I love it. I like that take a lot, for
That's a
sure.
great take.
It really is. It really is. I like that. I think we're gonna see great things, man. I really, really do. I'm enjoying where things are moving right now for him. And man, I gotta tell you, this episode here, man, I think voice, we covered a lot of stuff. We covered a whole lot of stuff on SmackDown, except for the fact that, and I want to get y'all's thoughts on this before we talk a little bit of the expo, because we got some surprises to drop, voice, and I'm excited, man. I am
Oh, yeah.
excited, dog. But
Stay tuned,
Oh,
everybody. The
I don't know if
expo
you guys
discussion.
I don't know if you guys noticed. Apollo Crews exists.
yes, I did see that. He was there. I was like, bro, you're still alive. Yes, what's up? You showed up on TV. So that's a great
Good
thing.
Lord.
But also, what happened on SmackDown? Why is Cody on TV making dick jokes?
Yeah. Well,
He's
they're yeah.
he
Brandy
said
wrote that
it's a
promo. Brandy wrote
he
that promo.
Oh my God. He said, if it's a you know what measuring contest, you guys are lucky I'm not in it, because I'll tell you, that's they don't call me Raheem for no reason. I was like, Cody! Cody!
No yeet, bro. It's,
I'm like, Cody, what? I don't know, man. I just wanted to bring that up because I'm like, Cody is wilding, bro. He is out here
Well,
wilding.
his brother, I mean, a good portion of his career was a running dick joke. So, I mean,
Jim,
That's
baby.
true.
Goldust was nothing but dick jokes every single time he was on fucking
My God, it's
TV.
true.
And so, I thought it was fantastic. I love how they're diving back more into the Attitude Era. I think this
Yeah.
is pure Attitude Era. I mean, this is DX fucking putting a black bar over them and walking out.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
This is the entertainment that kept wrestling fans there, because it doesn't cross a line maybe for like a 4-year-old, but 4-year-olds aren't really watching it. So, you
True.
know, for a 13-year-old, it's a good joke to
It's
tell a story.
hilarious. It's hilarious
Yeah.
for a teenage boy. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, there's some stuff. Oh, we got to be family friendly, but like, sometimes that's what we come to wrestling for. I mean, am I right? Sometimes that's what we come to wrestling for, is for that immaturity, that fun. We got hype in here saying we all know Rodney's a snitch. He ain't no Raheem. Man, I got to tell you, when he was sitting over there in that suit with those suspenders and looked Jacob Fatu dead in his eye and said, "Yeah, that's why you went to prison," I was like, Cody, you a bitch. Like, Cody, you a bitch. Why are you bringing up that man's past? He's trying to change.
Cody toxic.
I love it.
He is
I
toxic.
love it. I listen. I love it. Listen, everybody's saying Cody's boring. Cody's boring. He's this, he's that. Cody's not boring, bro. If he's so boring, why are we talking about this right now?
Yeah. I mean, the dude's he hits his moments, but I mean, honestly, that does speak to his family. I mean, Dusty himself was moments. That's all
Yes.
that old man was, just moments. And even I was joking about Goldust, but Goldust was one of my favorite characters back in the Attitude Era.
Moments. You talk about
He was
moments.
moments, exactly. He was moments too. So
The
the
Rhodes
fact
family
that
personifies moments.
exactly, and the fact that we're getting this at the best that we can, I'm excited for it. I think Cody's he's really, to me, pushing that envelope of when are we seeing his heel run.
Yep. Yep.
Ready for the Homelander.
I'm
Yeah.
ready for that. I'm ready to have those conversations on this show 100%. I am ready for that because Cody, if you've watched any of his work in, Ring of Honor or TNA or anything like that, you know he can go there.
Oh yeah.
You know he can go there.
Yeah.
Most definitely. He gave some chick in the TNA ring $40 and said, "Hey, this is more than the promoter was gonna pay you." I was like, "Bro, you're wild as fuck."
Dude.
Like, wild.
Oh,
He can go there.
Funny.
He
yeah,
can go.
he's got the range.
The ability is there. The ability is there. So I think that we're gonna see the best of Cody this coming year. I do. And we can talk about that a lot more for sure. We got a lot of shows. Thank goodness I got such a great team. We got a lot of shows that we can look forward to have that conversation. But speaking of my great team, me and my great team are taking this show on the road. We are hopping to Indianapolis in the heart of the Circle City, baby. And we're going to be there at the Squared Circle Expo on March 27th and March 28th. So many great names and voice, Bryce. Like I told you guys at the beginning of the show, I was at a merge last night. And I do my managerial duties, I do my managerial duties for Chris Moore, do my managerial duties for Paragon, but I also do my managerial duties for In Your House. And I got to tell you, first and foremost, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that In Your House will be having live podcast at Squared Circle Expo Friday and Saturday. Both days we will be live. We will be being able to answer questions in the chat, and we are going to have great guests. And man, I have got to tell you, we have already struck some deals with some great guests. And I'm excited to tell our listeners here and on the podcast version when it drops on Apple Podcasts and Spotify that we have all but confirmed. Well, I'm not going to say all but confirmed. We confirmed it. It's confirmed that on Friday we will be talking to AEW and Ring of Honor talent Billy Stark, Space Jesus herself, will be on In Your House. We're going to be asking her about her work with Athena, her work in Ring of Honor, her being a minion to Athena, and just the amazing wrestling legacy that she's created for herself at such a young age. This woman is not even 23 years old yet, and she's already done so much. She's basically the female equivalent of Javon Evans is how I say it. Is that just to which to say that she's a prodigy in that way. So most definitely going to be great to have her on the show. And then also we have confirmed NWA talent, former NWA Women's Tag Team Champion Marty Bell returns to In Your House. And I got to tell you, we have got some questions for her here at In Your House. Listen, man, women's tag team wrestling is at an all-time high. We've already talked about it here on the show. And pioneers of this women's tag team division are most definitely Allison Kay and Marty Bell of the Hex. We're going to be talking to Marty Bell about women's tag team wrestling in 2026, her time in NWA, TNA, and so much more. And then we have confirmed the Destroyer himself, the merciless Lord Crew, will be here at In Your House talking live with us at the Squared Circle Expo. Lord Crew has done work with NWA. He has wrestled across the seas and Japan, and he is going to bring that hard-hitting, gritty attitude to In Your House. The live shows at the Squared Circle Expo Friday and Saturday, March 27th and March 28th. Come check us out. Come check out our table. We're going to have some great guests, and that's not even all. Man, we're going to add more as time goes on. But voice, you heard it. Live shows for In Your House Friday and Saturday, March 27th and 28th, featuring AEW's Billy Starks, NWA Marty Bells, and independent professional wrestler Lord Crew. What do you think, man?
I love the amount of pure wrestling knowledge we're going to get to be around. We're going to be in the aura of three, just take their ages out of it, but three people who have traveled, who have
Yes.
been in different rings, who have seen the difference, who have seen the evolution of their section of wrestling. So what I'm looking forward to is to sitting down, soaking in this knowledge. Marty is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to hear exactly her thoughts on women's wrestling,
She's
where it's
amazing.
at. Billy herself, I mean, the young talent that she is, to hear her insight from a young person's aspect, I'm gonna soak that in, and just the destruction that Lord Crew is going to bring to us, and the knowledge of Japanese wrestling. I cannot wait
Yes.
to hear his insights from over there, being just a big bang 'em up dude.
And
So
he's
I'm looking
wrestling
forward to
that
this.
night too, bro. He's
And
wrestling
he's
that night.
wrestling, yes, and we get to speak to him about being at the show and what it is there, what brings him to an expo, why does he want to be around environments like that, when he can be on TV doing his thing, doing, being at Emerge, doing all those things, so I'm looking forward to it. And just again, the amount of just wrestling pure knowledge we're going to get. You fans are so goddamn lucky.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the content that we're gonna give the household, man. This is why we do it, bro. This is why we do it, is to be able to do stuff like this and to be able to give back to guys like you, guys like Hype, hell, guys like Bryce and Kevin, that believe in what we're doing and are like, hey, we want to get on and help with this thing. For me, once again, like I told you on like I told you in hype on the personal level, and I have absolutely no problem saying it on this platform. For me, this expo is a thank you to all you guys on the team that make this great.
Yeah. Yeah, and we appreciate it because this is a moment. This is going to make not only people turn their heads at us individually, but as a team. Um, the expo crowd is about to see a team that unifies, comes together for one specific goal, and that's to make the Squared Circle Expo something that in your house is a staple in.
Yeah. Yeah. I once again, like Hype said, the love of the game. He says that there in the chat, and I agree with it. And brother BKL, we appreciate you hopping in, man. We got an intense love for wrestling here. Bryce, you seen it, you heard it. We're gonna have some great talent on here. That's not even all the talent we're gonna have on this show, man. You're new to the team, man. What are you thinking, man? Hearing what we're gonna be doing at Squared Circle, I just want some of your thoughts.
Man, like it already sounds like you've got some crazy stuff lined up. I mean, talent that's been on TV, like you said, talent that's traveled. Um, I've checked out a little bit about the Squared Circle Expo, and I've just been seeing the names that are going to be there in general. And so, like, I can only imagine once we get there and can get connected, who can we get on? Like Dennis Rodman's going to be there, Chris Van
Yeah.
The
Vliet.
worm.
Like, there's a lot of names that we're going to be in their house. All right, we're going to be in their house next, and I mean it's going to be exciting. I'm gonna get in there and just be trying to help get the coverage of things going on, especially with you guys, because it's going to be an awesome time. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey man,
Love it.
it's gonna be a vibe. That's what we need, man, for this. And I've been saying it, man, for a long time. I've been thinking too. I'm like, this needs to be the most united front in your house has ever had to show the world, to show the wrestling fans that are coming, because this is not just, yes, it's taking place in Indianapolis. It's taking place in Indianapolis, but there's people from all over the world showing up for this thing. Taka Michinoku is coming from Japan to come to this thing.
The Great Muda.
The Great Mood is coming to this thing. This is happening in the Circle City. But this is a chance for us to show the world.
Yeah.
It is. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for people to see what this team can do and what we can achieve when we all push forward, when we all are on the same page, when we're all united for the love of wrestling. And like, in your house to me could easily be in conversations with, the PWIs of the world, the Fightfuls of the world, the 434s of the world, the Dirt Sheet Radios of the world. We can be in that conversation, and I think we will be in that conversation, especially after the Squared Circle Expo in Indianapolis. I'm excited. I know this team is going to do awesome and kill it because I just had a great episode with you guys. So I want to, of course, do my due diligence and get us out of here the right way. Give everybody a chance to chill out, get their snacks ready for the Super Bowl coming up and the spectacle that it is going to be. But listen, I think me and Voice have to huddle up for a second. We got to huddle up, come together. You think Vice did a good job, man? What do you think? Hop in the huddle. Hop in the huddle.
Yeah.
All right.
You know
All right.
what?
We gotta figure it out.
He did. He had some
did the
great
thing.
points. He
He
did
really
say
good.
a lot of the
I
things
dig it.
like and
Okay.
he wasn't a dick. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
All right, you ready? You ready to do this thing?
yeah, let's go.
All right. Break. All right. So Bryce, me and Voice have come together, and I think we both agreed that you fit right in, bro. You did a
Yeah, I
great
did.
job.
You did.
You were excellent. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. You gotta get the sweat
Wipe
off
that
your
sweat.
I'm stressed out. That huddle
you
had
were
me
all-
stressed.
Yeah.
You were awesome, man. You think you did great. You fit right in and had a lot of great points, man. So for that reason, and of course, all the awesome work that you've been doing on the social media page, I got to give you the floor. If there's anything that you're doing, anything that you want to hype, that you want people to know about, this is your floor, your opportunity. I do it each and every show. It's your time to plug anything that you want to plug.
Man, I got to come more prepared next time. A little 6-7 in the chat. I got nothing to plug other than Square Circle Expo in your house. Like I'm doing nothing but plugging this back up. Like I'm just thankful for the opportunity to come hang out with you guys today, and talk some wrestling. Like this is something I've been watching since I was a kid, and just we're all connected through this stuff in a different way. And I love we got this ticker down here. I don't know if anyone's checking it out, but like I'm keeping up with my Pacers, keeping up
Oh,
with
me
Yeah,
too.
same,
everything.
same, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
Hey man, so
such a great ad.
great time today. I'm glad I fit in because I mean I was just worried that you guys would like me.
Oh yeah.
No, you did great, man. I really enjoyed your insights, man. And like, it's once again, like I said, and I say it because I'm proud of what we do. We do talk wrestling at a high level. So you never know how somebody's gonna come in and fit in with what we do because we just let it flow, bro. But you came in and you were great, man. And once again, I just always love to give the opportunity. If you don't have anything to plug, that's okay. It's fine. But I always, each and every show, I always give that opportunity because for me, it's a respect thing. And of course, I got a lot of respect for the work that you did today, the work that you've been doing for the page. And of course, I have an immense amount of respect for the man, the myth, the legend. He is the educator of Extreme on Wednesdays, but every day he's the voice, Josh Joseph. Where can they catch you in everything that you're doing?
All right, fans. So if you enjoyed this, you enjoyed what we brought to you, you can catch us every Sunday, same spot, same time, and we'll be having different people. But you know what? That makes Bryce a staple here. So, Bryce, with you getting the nod from me and House, even though someone thinks we're just, making things up, no, you get a nod for all our shows. So if you ever have a moment that you want to be on the ECW show, you want to be on the Tuesday, Monday Night Raw review show, all those shows, man, what I'm about to tell them, you're more than welcome to join us. So, fans, if you enjoyed this, there's a Tuesday show that me and Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway do on Tuesdays. It's at 6 p.m. It's the Monday Night Raw recap show where me and Kevin, we talk Monday Night Raw. And we've been talking a lot of Monday Night Raw. We've been having a lot of discussions with you in the chat. So keep coming back to that. That's 6 p.m. And let Kevin know because guess what? We're going to start featuring his top 3 videos on the show.
He's
So
doing a
that's going
great
to
job.
just he's doing fantastic work on that, and we're going to add another level to the show to create some more discussion. So come join us. That's Tuesday at 6 p.m. Wednesday, if you like
Hmm.
fire, if you like tables, if you like really large men throwing other really large men, maybe haphazardly, and they possibly almost break their neck. You could join me in house. It's on the ECW watch along series. It's a fun time, and that's a
Love it.
Wednesday at 6 p.m. That's where we go back in time and we watch ECW, and we invite you guys to join us and have that fun because that is one of our safe spaces, if you will. It's one of the spots where me and House can get together and hang out and talk wrestling. We've
We
talked
just
to
have a
some of the
good time,
greats.
man. Yeah.
It's such if you want to go back in time and revisit what it was like hanging out with your friends after school, that's what you can do with me in House on Wednesday
Yep.
at 6 p.m. Outside of that, we dive into the senior citizens home and we bring out our OG Tony. We say, hey, nurses, can he come out and play for a Thursday show at 6 p.m. where we talk AEW Dynamite? It's the AEW Dynamite recap show, and that's Dynamite, Dynamite, Dynamite. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where me, OG Tony, and House, we talk AEW Dynamite. We talk all the things that happened, what will happen, and what could possibly happen. So come join us. It's a fun time, and that is 6 p.m. on a Thursday. So many shows. I'm out of breath, and I'm kicking it back to you, House.
Hey man, I love it. You always bring that energy when you're plugging everything that you want to plug, man. Each and every single time, man. So We appreciate you guys in the chat. Brother BKL, we see you giving us a like and subscribe. So thank you so much. It's appreciated, bro. It was a great, great episode. And I'm looking forward to what we're going to continue to build with the page, with the expo coming up, and the shows that we're doing. We got a lot of things in the works here at In Your House. I'm excited. This is a great time. In Your House is where I come to kick you with my homies, talk wrestling, and talk to you guys out there in the household. And it's a whole lot of fun. But hey, listen, we still put in the work. And that's HOWSC, and the W stands for work. So for Bryce York, for the voice, Josh Joseph, and the whole team here at In Your House, I'm Alakhan, the Con Man House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to hop on this bandwagon, get on, or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast.